The drama. The excitement. The triumph. All it takes is a few moments on stage. But the journey has never been easy. It is a lifelong voyage. Nurtured with determination, hard work, faith, and a bit of fate. And pursuit of fame and glory. Let us relive the once-in-a-lifetime experience of Filipina beauty queens. Then let's hear from our supporters and fans as they follow every beat of action and spectacle. And follow the odyssey of hopeful contenders as they pursue their aspiration of becoming beauty queens. This is the Journey to the Crown, a celebration of beauty.
All roads lead to Miss Universe 2016 here in Manila.
That's right, Sham. As we all know, the Philippines has been chosen to host this year's Olympics of Beauty, and we are really proud of that. But interestingly, Sham, this is not the first time that we're hosting Miss Universe in the Philippines.
That's right, Venus. First time we played host was in 1974 and the second time in 1994. In fact, Venus, we are here in the Philippine International Convention Center, the venue of Miss Universe 1994, which was watched and supported by millions of Filipinos.
It only goes to show how passionate we are. In fact, there are some individuals who went beyond from being an ordinary supporter to an extraordinary fan.
Did you know that it was in 1969 when man first landed on the moon? This was also the time when a dusky and petite Filipina achieved a greater feat. She conquered the universe. "47 years have passed, but the memories of that triumph still resonate from the not-so-distant past." Today is a beautiful day because I get to interview our first ever Filipino Miss Universe, Miss Gloria Diaz.
Hello.
Hi, thank you for gracing this interview and welcoming us into your home.
Thank you. Yes, you're very welcome.
So, you won the pageant at the age of 18.
Yes.
How did it feel like being a teenager and being a beauty queen at the same time?
It didn't feel stressful like it is now because during that time, there were no pressures. It was not a life-changing step whether you win or you lose. Unlike now, you really feel your family is counting on you, the designers, the stylists, the
whole
makeup.
country.
The whole country is counting on you.
Was it ever a dream of yours?
Never. I was an intern in a convent in Baguio. I only came down to Manila twice for 10 days each year. So beauty contests were not exactly what it was all about.
So how did you prepare for it? Now during during our trainings, we have a lot of makeup, pasarela. So did you have to undergo the same training, or was it a lot different?
No, unlike when I joined, it was a very basically they really focused on sports, on schooling, and it was more wholesome in a way because really they did not focus on sexy or anything. It was more like, what do you do in school? What's your hobby? What do you want to be and stuff.
So you were 18 at that time. Did you find it hard to, like, when you were meeting new people, you were meeting dignitaries from other countries? Were you
uncomfortable?
Uncomfortable?
No, I was not because when you're 18, you really have no qualms. You have no inhibitions. It's just another human being. In fact, I should have been more aware how important they were because I met Elvis Presley, I met these people, but To me, they were just okay. They were stopping me from going shopping. I wanted to go to the mall, to the shopping area, or rest and watch TV. It's really work.
Really, that's true. So during the 60s, it was a lot different for Asians especially. Did you feel that you were discriminated?
I didn't feel any kind of discrimination or anything, but I know I was the shortest.
Okay.
But in truth, the better hotels were for the blonde and blue eyes, from European girls, from Finland and stuff, because they had better hotels. But once in a while, they'd throw in an Asian, especially the ones who spoke English.
How do you think you stood out? I mean, even if you were shorter than everybody else.
Like I often say, alam mo Shamsi, all of this is luck. Look at our latest winner, right?
Yes.
I mean, she tried, and at the right time, she came out triumphant. But it's really a lot of luck. I mean, you cannot win every time, and you cannot lose every time.
Let's go back to that moment. You were on stage. Only you and Finland were left.
Correct, yeah.
So what was going on? I mean, what were you thinking? What were you feeling?
You know, you don't feel anything. It goes so fast, although on television it goes slow. And then some friends were teasing me. I'm sure I know what you thought of. Sabi ko, what? I didn't think of anything. Sabi niya, siguro in your mind is, matangkad ka nga, pero akong you're tall, but I will win.
Wow.
But that's not true. It takes, I think, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. You can hardly think. It goes so fast. But never did I think I was gonna lose. And when you win, you are the most surprised.
That's true. Did you ever get to meet Neil Armstrong?
Of course, I went to Cape Canaveral and I met them.
What did you tell him?
They let me press, they took pictures of me pressing. There's only one button, you see, that you press to release the rocket.
Yes.
And yes, I did meet them and I was there for a while. They gave me a copy of the conversation they had. So what's going on in the Philippines? And then the news said, oh, there's a certain girl from Paranaque, who won Miss Universe. And then they said, congratulations. So they gave me a copy of that.
Wow.
So it was very nice, very meaningful.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's really a good story.
This Asian beauty was regarded as the shortest winner in Miss Universe history, while a Latina goddess holds the record as the tallest beauty to wear the crown. Who are they? Find out when we return. Up next,
How do you spot a prospective winner?
You just have that feeling when you see someone. When you look at a girl, you look at their height.
and later,
I would have wanted to be a lawyer and have lots of children. It's not as if when you see a new girl, you're competing with that girl. You only think of them as your daughters.
at 5 feet 4 inches, Miss Thailand 1965 Apasarahong Sakula was the shortest Miss Universe to win the title. She was the first woman from Thailand to win the coveted crown. Meanwhile, Amelia Vega from the Dominican Republic is the tallest Miss Universe ever, crowned in 2003. She stands 6 feet and 1 inch tall.
One person who showed so much passion brought him to greater heights. From a mere discoverer, he inched his way to the top and is now considered a much sought-after beauty queen maker. I am with the beauty queen maker, Jonas Gaffud. Hi, Mama J.
Hello. It's nice to be interviewed by you.
Thank you, Mama J. So obviously, you have an eye for beauty. How do you spot a prospective winner?
You just have that feeling when you see someone. When you look at a girl, you look at their height. And then if their height is enough to join pageants, and then you look at the face, which is very important.
So we have this group called Aces and Queens. So how did you form this group?
Actually, Aces and Queens started late 2000, but our group, we And like, for example, me and our Q&A trainer, Nad Bronce, we started in 2001 together with Gloria Diaz, Jeffrey Jiturian, and others. We were just like a bunch of fans and supporters who wanted to field in girls to join pageants.
Who was your first winner?
Well, my first winner was in 2001, Zoraida Andam. She was a UP Law student at that time.
And the rest is history. Now he has a lot of achievements under his belt, but he still continues what he does best, discovering girls and training them to become future beauty queens.
What kind of trainings do you provide for the girls?
First level is assessment, and then we have Arnold Mercado who does the orientation. And then we do poison projection, which I teach. I've been teaching for the past 15 years. And then we have hair and makeup. Actually, before we didn't have that. We only rely on who the sponsor is until Albert Corniawan came in 2008. And then we have fitness. Also before, like the first 5 years, we didn't have that until John Quay came. And then usually every Sunday we have Q&A training with attorney Nad Bronce.
How can they join these trainings? Like, do you scout them? Can they come to you?
Usually we scout and then we schedule trainings. If there are referrals from other people, then we look at them and check first if like, because all of us are also working, we're professionals, and we do this at our spare time.
So if, for example, a girl wants to join a specific pageant, how long should she prepare for it?
Usually, we want to train the girls like 6 months before the pageant night.
I know you're also doing this Project Beautiful You campaign, so can you tell us more about that?
The Project Beautiful You is something that I started in 2013. We want to empower a lot of young girls, and this is something that we want to give them as a sort of giving back.
So I've heard you're training 3 aspiring beauty queens.
I'm excited to terrorize them, for them to understand how to become a beauty queen. It's not easy. You need to have that power over them that they will feel that they are better and stronger persons when they get out of the country and compete abroad.
You know, I'm very excited to see the progress and the transformation of these 3 beautiful girls. Thank you, Mama Joy.
Well, ladies, thank you for joining Aces and Queens. Oh, you should thank me for getting you in Aces and Queens. We welcome you to be part of our group, and we hope that you will learn a lot from our trainings for the next 6 months. I hope that we will all be friends after whatever terrorizing moments that you will undergo. But everything will be fine as long as you will listen to us, listen to the group, and follow your heart.
Next week, we shall meet the 3 aspiring beauty queens. Are they up to the challenge of Aces and Queens' rigorous training?
When we return.
A lot of Filipinos went to watch you live. So every Filipino who comes to her, it's like, "Hi, Venus." And in that hand, there's a dollar bill.
And later,
I would have wanted to be a lawyer and have lots of children. It's not as if when you see a new girl, you're competing with that girl. You only think of them as your daughters.
as a young fan in the province, all he could do was to mimic and marvel at the candidates. Little did he know that his obsession would bring him to places even unimaginable to him.
Guys, I want you to meet my friend who's very passionate about pageantry. In fact, during my time in 2010 for Miss Universe, he even went there in Las Vegas just to watch me live. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to meet my friend, Jory Rivera. How are
Hi,
you?
Venus. It's been a long time.
I know, it's been a long time. You look really good right now.
Thank you. I'm preparing for something
For Miss Universe?
next
Wow,
year.
Next year. How did your passion on pageantry start?
It was 1994, so the second staging of the Miss Universe here in the Philippines. So I was 12 years old that time.
So from then on, from Miss Universe 1994, you've followed all the Miss
Yes,
Universes.
every
already.
year. Watch it on television.
Wow, on television.
Yes.
But when was the first time that you really watched it live?
Your time. Miss
Oh,
Universe
2010.
2010 Las Vegas. That
I'm
was
so
the
touched.
most exciting time as a Miss Universe fan.
How does it feel from, just watching the Miss Universe on TV and then going to Las Vegas to finally watch it live?
I was really nervous at the same time.
You're
excited.
nervous?
Yes, of course,
You're
because
not
it's a lifelong
competing.
dream.
Okay.
Interestingly, Jory travels to watch Miss Universe not just as a fan, but to carry out his other job as well.
I know that you are an IT specialist.
Yes.
And now you're doing coverage for beauty pageants. How do you manage that?
For me, it's an annual pilgrimage. I have to take time off from work for a month. That's a non-negotiable for me. So
they accept you?
Yeah, they're very supportive
Yeah.
of my passion for pageants and photography.
You're traveling a lot. You're spending for your hotel,
The visa
for
application.
visa, for your airfare,
Food. I am a photographer for OPMB Worldwide. It's a Philippine-based pageant website.
Okay.
We have Filipino pageant friends who are very supportive. They send donations or their support for the coverage to
Wow.
cover for my expenses. In exchange for that, they get first-hand information that we don't say it in public.
Oh, so you're like the secret agent of beauty pageants.
Yes, I know information about the girls that the public doesn't know.
So, okay, tell us, if there is like an information that you know that you haven't revealed to the public yet, you can probably tell us now.
A lot of Filipinos went to watch you live. So every Filipino who comes to her is like, "Hi, Venus." And in that hand, there's a dollar bill.
$1 or
$100. So that's
goodness.
a trivia that everyone doesn't know.
Yeah, you've said that you're a pageant fan and you also have this job of covering. How do you balance that?
It's really hard because everything is moving. So you have to follow the candidates running around. So my technique, my secret,
Now
it's
we're
not gonna
revealing
be
to
a
you the
secret.
secret.
I have a list of all the candidates.
The names.
The names. So instead of me calling their countries, I shout out their names. Then they'd be more like, "Oh, this is more personal."
Yeah, he knows my name.
Like you get their attention, take photos,
Yeah.
interview them,
Exclusives,
yeah,
yeah.
exclusive.
Oh, great job.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I brought my
What?
photos, my souvenir photos.
Oh,
this is
me.
you.
This is me in 2010, where eyebrows were still thick or thin. So this is me.
And
this is
the
Jimena
eventual
Navarrete.
winner of the Miss Universe
Yeah,
2010, Jimena Navarrete.
And this one.
Miss Universe 2012. And
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm sure so many pageant fans out there want to be in your shoes right now.
Yeah, I get a lot of that.
Yeah?
Like they want to be in my position, and I get a lot of messages in Instagram,
Yeah.
in Facebook because of what I do.
So how do you get fulfillment to this, let's say, obsession that you have?
Well, as a fan, you fulfill your dreams of, watching the Miss Universe live. Every time I break a news or post a photo of Miss Philippines or the other girls, you feel so happy because you share the news, you share the photos, and even the networks call me and ask for videos of the events.
Thank you very much.
Oh no, thank you
so
for
much,
having me. It's nice
Jory.
seeing you.
Yeah, nice to see you also, and you look really good. Thank you.
When we return,
I would have wanted to be a lawyer and have lots of children. It's not as if when you see a new girl, you're competing with that girl. You only think of them as your daughters.
reliving the memories of her win, let us get to know how Miss Gloria Diaz lives her life at the present.
So what keeps you busy?
Oh, well, you know, television, doing an ad. I just do a new ad. And my children, of course, my daughter just got married. But I still do teleseries when I'm given a chance. But as you get older, the roles, you have to be more choosy. You have to figure out what suits you best.
Yes. Did you ever think that if ever you didn't join Miss Universe, what would life be?
I would have wanted to be a lawyer and have lots of children. I would have married early,
Yes.
but I married at 36, so good for two.
At least you were able to
Yes,
have two
yes,
children,
yes,
diba?
yes.
So they've always told us and they've always said that once a beauty queen, always a beauty queen. So what can you say about that? Do you still you're still wearing the crown wherever you go, even after your reign and even after you have kids and all, like me, I have a baby.
Once you have a kid, especially like me, I have Ava and Isabel, you are not much under pressure anymore to be, you know, young or anything. You kind of step back and allow your kids to take over, which is fine. You just have to keep up and feel good, but it's not as if when you see a new girl, you're competing with that girl. You only think of them as your daughters.
That's true.
So life goes on.
Yes. So how did Miss Universe change your life?
Everything. Miss Universe changed my life because now every policeman allows me a little bit of mistake. Customs gives in a little bit as long as you don't do anything illegal. So yes, it has changed my life. I would never have gotten into movies.
Yes.
Because
it opened
movies
a lot
was
of doors for
everything,
you.
everything. And I think I'm really lucky to have movies, showbiz as my job. You can be an artist forever.
And people will always remember you. Even if you're long gone, you will always have that legacy that, of course, not just as a movie star, but as a beauty queen. Like a lot of Filipinos look up to you.
But you still have to somehow keep up
Yes.
being a nice person, stay away from scandals, right?
Yes.
I mean, I think that's the only pressure.
So we've learned so much more. I think we can talk on and on about the pageant, about Miss Gloria's life during the pageant and after the pageant. But it was really a great pleasure. Thank you again for having us today. And of course, it's really an honor. And of course, we have flowers
Beautiful, thank you.
for Miss Gloria. Okay, there.
Thank you so much.
It is truly a privilege to be able to interview the first ever Miss Universe from the Philippines, Miss Gloria Diaz.
Wow, and she's still very beautiful up to now. As we always say, once you are a beauty queen, you'll always be a beauty queen.
That's true.
So, different stories, same passion.
This is the Journey to the Crown, a celebration of beauty. This is Shamsi Supsupli.
I am Venus Ra. See you next week.